Kara Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Brakatahaw 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 Shai Brakatahaw Brakatahaw Shai Thawada Thababa Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders, apostles, of great millstone that teaches truth, which we know is 100% truth. It's another war report. Things, it's definitely staying on schedule. I think we're like going on the third week of this war. And as the war goes on, it definitely affects the economy. And if, initially it was supposed to be maybe a 2 or 3 day war, according to the president at the beginning, when they first made the initial attack. But now, like I say, we're going into the third week. And so all this affects the economy. And so they're talking about now, this couple of days ago, they're talking about moving ground troops and, bringing in the Marines. And then once the Marines come in, that's like the spearhead, and, you bring in the rest of the other troops. But this invasion is not like the other invasion, like Venezuela or Iraq or these other invasions of the past. Especially, it's definitely not like Venezuela, which they went in a couple of hours, man, and kidnapped the president. Well, Iran has said, they ready. And this is, let me show you this video real quick, man. It's wild. But,
President Trump has not ruled out.
And fair use.
President Trump has not ruled out.
Fair use. This is only for educational purposes.
Boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You were waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops? Come on, babe, come on. Nah.
Boy said, yeah, we ready for them, Damn. That's like I said, they've been preparing for this war for 20 years. And that's very direct, with no fear, no anything. They're like, bring your ass over here and we're going to give you what you've been looking for. That's what it sounds like to me. Anybody that come up in the hood, you have fights or something like that. You talking about you going to meet somebody and they say something like that, get ready for it. That means they're gonna go come right back at you. And another thing that was funny too, I think it was France the other day was saying Iran needs to open up the Strait of Hormuz. And that guy there, he said, well, you feel like that, come open it. It's wild, man. And they're doing memes and all type of stuff, man. You never seen a time like this before. And it's kind of comical, man, how things are unfolding. And that's the beauty of it. And you see this administration, man, it's almost like a TV show, some type of social media experiment. You couldn't make this thing up, It's just funny how they got these people in certain positions that are almost like social media influencers. They don't really, it's a lot of them not really qualified for the position they're in, pretty much just yes men or yes women. And they put in these spots because they just gonna go along with whatever the president says, man. And so it's just a beautiful time to be in to see these things unfolding because it's prophecy. And let me go into Joel because it's going to prove it in Joel chapter 3. We're going to start off and go back to verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up thy mighty men, that all the men of war draw near, let them come up. And so right now, all these nations are putting all their money and their investments into these weapons, man, weapons of war. And like Iran is showing that, they're using like David against Goliath, they three smooth stones, man, on a sling. While, all these other mighty men, they had their weapons. They had spears and they had swords. He said all he needed was a sling and three smooth stones. So that's representative of, you don't have to have all these mighty weapons and things in order to defeat the powerful. Because pretty much they're using these little drones, which are very inexpensive to make, and pretty much made out of some type of what they call pulp wood, which is almost like paper. And they got, they have some type of device on the front of it, explosive device on the front, because once it makes contact, it explodes against these $1 million defense weapons, man, billions of dollars in some cases, and they taking them out one by one, and so proclaim ye among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up thy mighty men, let all them of war draw near, and let them come up. You don't think all these other nations are not taking notice, especially in the background. We already know Russia, we already know China, Moab, and these other nations, man. They all redirecting themselves right now. They all preparing, seeing that they have to be able to defend their own selves, so they're going to start building up their military. You got places like Japan. They see that they're not being properly defended. Those nations in the Middle East, because they were relying on the Babylon the Great for their protection. That's why they pay them so much money, allow them to put bases in their territory. And now that they see that it's not helping, so they're gonna have to start building up their forces. Everybody drawing up their mighty men. They building up their armies. And these EU nations, man, because eventually they all going to turn on the whore. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Now, they looked at Iran at one time as being a weakling. Even Russia and China at one point in time. Now, all these other nations, they're saying, we just as strong as you are, if not stronger. So they're saying, like, you used to be one time be the big bully on the block, but eventually everybody sometime catch up to the bully. And I remember in our neighborhood where I grew up, had this one dude. He was, we remember the same age, but he used to kind of bully a lot of the younger kids around, And well, he was kind of like, he was pretty much older for his age, By the time he was 18, he turned out to be a little short dude, And so a lot of these younger kids, they grew up. And later on, when they see them come back to the neighborhood, man, they caught them and, they jacked them up by the collar and they put one on them. They had them running up out of the hood. A lot of these young kids say, hey, you remember me? You remember me? And remember what you did to me, how you used to bully me? And he used to bully a lot of people that he felt that were, that he could bully. And so the tables turned, man. And that's how it is with these other nations. So let the weak say, I am strong. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit and judge the heathen round about. So eventually all this is going to lead to the Third World War, man. The Third World War, which we call it the Third War in the Bible. And woe means destruction. It's going to be a major destruction because all these nations are going to gather together there for that battle. And that's over there near our homeland, so-called Middle East, but we know it's Western Asia. So all these nations are preparing, everybody's getting busy. The bullies got punched back in the mouth, and unexpectedly. And, DJ Trump, he was asking these other nations, I need your help now. But they pretty much say, hell no, fuck you. Because you didn't ask our help or our opinion when you went over there. We would have told you, to leave them alone. So it's just like a comedy show, man. And a lot of information is being hid. A lot of things are being covered up. They say that a lot of the deceased soldiers that are coming back, they put a ban on being able to press for the press not to be there, and they send them like maybe to these private planes that being brought back so that people can't see the body bags, you know. So it's just a lot of stuff that's going on. So, you know, like the brothers say, prepare for a psyop because they ain't got their ass in a position. And now they done lost the will of the people. And so, you know, it's going to have to be something like another 9/11 in order to get everybody else involved and feeling sorry because, you know, they always have to be a victim. The bully always have to put himself as being in victimhood. Therefore, that justifies him to go to do all these atrocities that he does, man. And so right now, he's trying to find a way that he can trick the people again to bring everybody in for all-out assault on Iran. So it's like I say, it's a beautiful time to be in, to see these prophecies being fulfilled, and we know that our Lord is steady working, man. We're steady working on our behalf, you Israelites, you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be a power change, man. It's going to be a change of authority for those who run the land, who run the world. And Israelites, you know, you Israelites are going to be in a powerful position, and we're going to be judges and rulers over the earth, thus saith the Lord. So Lord will, man, this is edifying, and we look for the day of our Lord's return, you know, that we can implement these laws, statutes, commandments over the whole earth. And so Lord will, you know, we really know through the Spirit that we at that time. So with that, you know, shalom.